Almost 90% of the styles in Blue Lock rivals, Sae, Livigno, Kaiser, Kunigami, and many others, were secretly nerfed. You read that title right, and no, I'm not exaggerating. Not through stats, not through patch changes, and it's not even about bugs or dev notes or hidden hotfixes. This one's actually way more interesting and way more impactful, but through Aiku himself. And yeah, I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. Aiku didn't just get reworked. He literally became the new meta counter to almost every major style in the game. And that's what we're going to break down today. So first off, if you haven't played since the Aiku Rework dropped, let me just say, you're missing out. Because this is by far one of the most game-changing updates we've had in months. It's not just a visual upgrade, Aiku's entire kit was rebuilt from the ground up, and every single one of his moves now has a purpose. They all do something useful, they all punish specific playstyles, and that's exactly why so many players are starting to realize. This rework didn't just buff Aiku, it nerfed everyone else. Let's start with the biggest reason for that. Sae. As you all know, Sae has been the dominant style for months now. He's fast, has a dribbling move, a curve shot, and his off-balance move was one of the most OP tools in the game. You couldn't approach him without the risk of being thrown off balance and completely losing the ball. I mean, yeah, it has a small range, can be dribbled, and even though people said, oh, it's easy to counter, let's be honest. It wasn't. Even if you played perfectly, that move had a crazy hitbox, and the recovery time was so short that Sae could follow up instantly. So yeah, that move basically defined Sae's identity. A mix of speed and dominance in one clean mechanic. But now, Aiku has outdone him. Completely. Because one of Aiku's new signature moves, Total Clearance, is basically an evolved version of Off Balance. It combines the best parts of Sae's arm swipe and Kunigami's body block, and somehow makes both of them look weak by comparison. Yeah, and it's that good. Let me explain how it works. Total Clearance has an insane reach, way longer than Sae's Off Balance. You can hit from a distance you'd never expect, and it's not just a small stumble or pushback like most block-type moves. It completely stuns your opponent. We're talking full ragdoll, and they drop like they got hit by a truck. They're out of the play for nearly a full second, at least what I think, which might not sound like much, but in Blue Lock rivals, that's an eternity. You can easily intercept, reposition, or even launch a counterattack during that time. And yeah, you heard that right. It's basically the Kunigami body block and the Sae arm swipe fused into one. The distance of Kunigami, the stun of his body block, and the precision of Sae's playstyle. It's ridiculous, but in the best possible way. And before anyone says it, no, I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's perfect for what Aiku should be. He's supposed to be an actual defender, the kind of player who just gonna play in his field and then shuts you down completely when you are in his range. This move captures that idea exactly, so yeah, while it technically nerfed other styles indirectly, it's really just the natural effect of Aiku finally doing what he was always meant to do. Dominate defensively, but it doesn't stop there. Because his second move, Forced Defense, might be just as insane. It's not as flashy as Total Clearance, but it's easily one of the most practical moves in the game right now. If you played his OG version, you'll remember Forced Defense from before. It was one of his best moves, but it got removed in the old rework that everyone hated. Now it's back, and it's stronger than ever. The idea is simple. When you use Forced Defense, you can completely cancel the opponent's action. Shots, dribbles, passes, gone. You can literally erase someone's play mid-animation, and no, I'm not exaggerating. I've already seen multiple clips and experienced it myself in matches where Forced Defense just deletes shots entirely. It's not 100% consistent, probably because of desync or small bug, but when it works, it's brutal. And when you combine that with Total Clearance, you start to realize how powerful Aiku actually is now. He's not just a good defender, he's a universal counter. Every single offensive playstyle in the game, Sae, Kaiser, Kunigami, Loki, even Livigno, all rely on mobility or short-range power moves. And Aiku's kit punishes exactly that. If you try to dash into him, he clears you. If you try to charge a shot, he interrupts you. If you try to use a combo move, he reads it and steals the ball. That's why I said earlier, this rework didn't just make Aiku stronger, it nerfed everyone else. And it's kind of funny because if you look at the patch notes, nothing else got changed. No stats, no hitboxes, no buffs or nerfs mentioned for other characters. But in practice, they all feel weaker now. Because when you queue up for a match and see an Aiku on the other side, you immediately know you have to play differently. You can't just dash mindlessly or spam dribble anymore. You actually have to think. And that's something we haven't seen in this game for a long time. Now let's talk about the visuals. Aiku's animations, especially in his awakening, look good, not insane, but not bad either. I mean, they didn't go overboard with flashy VFX or giant glowing snakes everywhere. It's actually clean and feels balanced between gameplay and lore. The red snake design finally matches the anime perfectly. It coils around enemy, which is a good reference to the anime. That's exactly what Aiku should be. I will say though, maybe they went a little heavy on the motion blur. It's not game-breaking or anything, but just a little too much of it. Still, overall, honestly, the animations look good. Not overdone, not lazy, just right. Now about his awakening kit. This is where they kept things grounded. And honestly, I respect that a lot. Instead of giving him some random striker awakening or giant multi-hit attack, they stayed true to his lore. His awakening focuses entirely on defense and awareness. He gets two main awakening abilities, one focused on stealing and the other focused on air interceptions. Pretty much one for ground control, one for air control. Exactly how a defensive master like Aiku should operate. And I love that they didn't try to overcomplicate things. Because remember his old rework? He had everything. Dash, shot, territory, trap. Basically an entire striker's toolkit on a defender. It didn't make any sense. This time, it's pure defense. Focused, tight, and actually balanced. No unnecessary damage moves, no random range abilities, just raw prediction and precision. And that's what makes him so strong now. Because when a style's kit has a clear purpose, it becomes way more powerful in the right hands. Aiku doesn't have the most moves once, but every single one of them is useful, and that's what makes him terrifying. So yeah, I'd say this update was a massive W for Aiku, and honestly a necessary wake-up call for everyone else. The meta just shifted, whether you've realized it or not. You can keep using Sae, Livigno, or Kaiser if you want, but just know, there's a new defensive king on the field now, and his name's Aiku. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the new Aiku rework. Do you think he's balanced, or do you think he might already be too strong? And do you agree that his new kit basically nerfed everyone else indirectly? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one, where we'll probably talk about how the rest of the meta will adapt to Aiku's new dominance. Till then, stay sharp, play smart, and good luck countering him. Because trust me, you'll need it. Peace.